Welcome to Oh, that's terrible. We're going to start that again.
And welcome.
Boy.
Way too much energy for Philip.
Swear.
It's definitely
You
not
put
late.
that in. Hello, and welcome to Khyber Shards, a 5th edition actual play show set in the Eberron campaign world. It is another episode, and Colin, what happened last time?
Not much.
Tell us what you did.
Not much.
Is the
it was
O a
pretty
zero in
uneventful.
Colin as well?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
It
okay.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's,
wasn't sure.
it's a weird family thing.
Yeah.
It was another walk and talk episode. We spent most of the time running up a gangway in the Red Ring, and by talking I mean screaming in terror from Mia. So we began our event, and we ended our event. All of it exactly the way Philip had drawn up.
Totally.
Pog made it most of the way up to the crow's nest. Mia was able to definitely make it to the top and ride a wyvern that is completely untethered now, as RA's Lochnitu completed his epic quest to knock everything over and break the entire arena. And it went surprisingly
Only way
well.
to win is to not
if
play a game.
if you didn't realize, he never left the ground, and yet
Except at
wound
the
up
end with his mighty leap.
better off than any of us that did. Then Esri and Ari and Shade were able to recognize, as the entirety of the set came crumbling down, very narrowly missing, killing all of the combatants, that we appear to have a necromancer in the stands who is raising the fallen from below the sands. We'll see what they do from above. And Pog, at the last moment, recognized that the Iron Bull who collapsed down next to him was, in fact, his beloved Salarka.
The betrayal.
There's so
Nothing
much
could go
going on
wrong.
here. There's so much going on here.
Oh man, the potential for so much extra damage for Pog is immense here.
This
And
is
that's where we'll pick
Philip's
up.
grand attempt at killing me.
Well, that's not what I
If
was
not
thinking.
physically, emotionally.
Yeah.
All right. So, here's the situation. Nope. Okay. Thought someone was going to do it.
No, sorry.
I don't.
Skeletons are climbing up out of the sands of the arena in response to some sort of magical spell cast through an arrow shot by one of the necromancer's cadre. The crowd is uncertain of how to react to this at the moment, as is the announcer Etten. Everyone's on the ground in various positions of proneness or not, except notably for Nardali, who is a couple of dozen feet off the ground, circling, mounted on a wyvern. And yeah, so we're gonna hold on to our current initiative order, except that I'm gonna roll a giant mob of skeletons into the order. These are going to act as one creature. That's a gigantic swarm of skeletons. So
Cool.
swarms, for anyone watching or playing who doesn't remember how swarms work, is swarms can occupy the same space as any other creature, which means where the swarm is doesn't really matter. You are always within range of the swarm because the swarm is all about you. The swarm has one pretty large pool of hit points. And swarms are particularly well dealt with by area of effect attacks. So that's the basics of how a swarm functions. You can damage swarms normally, but you're kind of chipping away pieces of it. Swarms are very heavily affected by area of effect attacks. So I'm going to roll them into our grand initiative order. Cool. Oh, they actually have a dexterity modifier.
Gross.
Negative?
I hate
No.
Negative 12.
it. Casey straight pouted.
Casey and RA
Hello.
have the choice, if they wish, to swap to their normal characters, who will probably pretty quickly realize that this is not intentional. Especially since they, observed what exactly happened. And also because of what's about to happen when combat begins. So, back at the top of the initiative order, the Knight of Skulls picks himself up, raises the now shining greatsword into the air, and cries out, his voice booming around the arena. "You fools who have lived so long on what is but a mass sepulchre of the dead, now face the power of the Emerald Claw." And as the sword shines, you see the eyes of the skeletons all sort of begin to light with this deathly glow as they claw their way up out of the ground. For the non-Eberron fans in our playgroup and audience, well, not fans, for the non-Eberron lore nerds in our fan base and in our player group, the Emerald Claw would be known to all of you. The Emerald Claw was a military order in the nation of Karnath during the war that was eventually disavowed because they were specialists in necromancy and in the providing of Karnath with undead soldiers, but often took that to extremes that made people uncomfortable, even eventually within Karnath. And so were eventually disavowed, but rather than leave, they went rogue and have become essentially a terrorist organization that carries out attacks typically of a necromantic nature, like the one you're experiencing right this very minute.
Gross.
Yes.
Do
I
I
stand by
need
that.
to roll for a Ari
Yes.
initiative
Please give
slot?
me an initiative slot for Ari.
That's going to be a 16.
Cool.
I suppose you'll want that for the rest of us as well.
Well, I assumed you all already had initiative slots. I just didn't have a character that I had rolled for.
Okay. Are you going to try to run both characters, RA? You're welcome to.
No,
if it just pleases you.
Oh, well. No, I'll relinquish Locknitu with the closing remark that he is super excited about this development.
Oh, yes.
And because it probably won't come up
Would you
now,
like to provide us with Locknitu's reaction to this development just
Well,
before we move him? before you
Locknitu has
switch him
been
to NPC
staring
status?
at Nardily very, with a very annoyed expression on his face, because his goal the entire time was simply to bring down the not Griffin. Help me. Wyvern. He just wanted the Wyvern down. He had no interest in the crow's nest. He was gonna fight the Wyvern. And then she detached it. And so he's very annoyed. But he goes from annoyed to excited when he sees the corpses rising, and he just goes, "Yes! Yes!" And he just raises his sword and starts spinning to win.
Outstanding. Yeah. Go ahead and give me an Esri initiative roll.
9.
Okay. Hey, you've moved substantially up in the initiative order. And our Casey, are you going to rule that Drea with 1 hit point passes out, and you're going to switch to Shade, or what would you like to do?
I would not like to rule that. I would like to switch to Shade because juggling 2 would be a lot. But she's got lots of healing spells, so Drea just thinks this is part of the event. Like this, she is new here. She's like, ooh, you know, they've reached level 2. And so she she goes about healing herself and fighting back, hopefully more impressively than she did.
This is the everybody that was being referenced.
Right.
Like everybody is now
everybody
fights.
now.
Eventually, everybody fights.
Oh,
Awesome. Okay. That's the action of the Knight of Skulls.
I assumed you wanted me to roll initiative for her.
Oh yes, please roll initiative.
It was a 7. It was on the 18 and then tilted over to the 4.
Okay. So Shade at 7. Very good.
It was in fact not very good.
Fair enough. All right. So you, Ari, Shade, and Esri see this happen from the stands, and you saw the cause of it. Esri, you heard the wave rising up, and as soon as the Knight of Skulls does that, the voices become less cacophonous.
Okay.
It's like they unify. It's like they all find the same bandwidth or something, and it just becomes more of a single yes, droning obedience almost. So that's what changes for you. All right. Nardali, you're up above on the back of a wyvern, and you see the ground below you begin to boil with skeletons rising up out of the dirt. Now, I know Nardali's in a rage, but I want to give you some options here, just depending on how you want to approach this. Right now, the wyvern is unwilling. If you wanted to take an action to attempt to animal handle it and cause it to be willing, I would allow you to. Now, I know you said she's not thinking. I would allow you to flavor that animal handling check as primally or aggressively as you would like to, if you'd like to try and get control of the beast. But if Nardali wouldn't care about it, you do you.
Well,
Nardali.
what I'm going to continue. What I think is she is still, she was already singularly focused, more so now that she's got this prey underneath her. That this wyvern is her prey at this point. So first things first, I think it wouldn't occur to her to handle it. It would occur to her to handle it in a different way. So you're going to try to take the wyvern out.
Nope.
I can still hear
I
her.
hear.
No?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was just me. It was just me.
No.
It was all me.
What I was just saying is we're going to go forward with trying to take the wyvern out first.
Okay.
Right.
So
Cool.
we're going to address that issue first. The fact that I'm in the air, if the wyvern goes down, we're not thinking about that.
Afterthoughts. You know,
Not
that's
my
a problem.
circus,
That's a
not my
problem for
monkeys.
future Nardali.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what I would like to do, I asked Philip this question off camera. I would like to, I have, I'm so sorry. Let me pull up my inventory. I have 1 potion of wyvern poison.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to break it open with my teeth, and thereby getting the poison all over my teeth. Philip said that I could use that as a bonus action. And then my action would be to open my mouth as wide as possible and take the biggest bite out of the neck of the wyvern that I can.
Can we just say this is the most metal thing ever? Like,
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
there's just an awesome guitar solo happening.
we should just have a Dio song playing right now. This is so metal.
Yes, it is absolutely agreed that this is the most metal thing that has happened in any D&D games that I have run.
Wild, dude. This is wild.
Because you are on the back of this thing, you have advantage on the
Yes.
attack. So roll an attack with your teeth, and you have advantage.
All right. So that attack, I know I don't get any bonuses when I'm raging on the attack. But with my teeth, the bite is a +5
Okay.
to my 16. 16 and 5. Do I also get the extra momentum roll? The D4 momentum roll?
No, the crowd is no longer involved in.
We
in
are
this
not
part.
caring about momentum. That's
Right.
right. Ra is taking off his hats. Okay. All right. So 16 and 5. That's 21. And advantage means I get to roll again.
Yep.
And pick the. Okay. All right. That's 5. So
Okay.
we're not even going to.
So 21 hits.
Yes.
So
All
go
right.
ahead and roll damage. So first roll
All right.
damage, and then you can tell us the effect of the poison.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Shoot.
I can
Right.
pull it up if you don't have it pulled up.
Oh, I thought you meant the visual effect. I hadn't thought about that. Right. So it's 1d8 plus 3. So I have rolled a 5 plus 3. That is 8.
Okay. And I believe that when you are raging, there is an effect on your bite by which you get to heal some from biting.
And it's okay. Applying a bonus. No, I am looking at reaction. I will believe you because I'm not finding it quickly.
Okay.
So you.
But
But I know that I am resistant to bludgeoning. Blah.
So, I'm sorry, the damage was 8. Is that what you said?
That is correct.
Okay. And
The wyvern poison is the cost. It's showing me the cost. Oh, here it is. Creature subjected to this poison must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw, taking 24 7d6 poison damage on a failed save.
Oh.
DC
Or half
15
as much.
or 14?
DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
1 plus 3. That is only going to be a 12. So it has failed its save.
Nice. Nice.
That's delightful.
So, do you want to just do that average damage, or would you like to roll 7d6s?
Okay, so that is what I wanted to ask. I wasn't understanding how 24 and then in parentheses 7d6.
So that's
worked
the
out.
average of 7d6.
Okay, so if I rolled 7d6s,
You risk it.
24.
Risk it.
We're taking the 24.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So 8 up at 24, so that takes us to 32 points
Wow.
of damage to the wyvern right off the bat. And yes, when you bite, you regain a number of hit points equal to your... Oh, I'm sorry. That's only if you have half or fewer of your hit points, which you don't have.
Right.
Which you are more than half. So, yeah, you... Gnarly just opens her jaw real wide and just bites into the neck of the wyvern, which arches and writhes in the air. And the somewhat stunned Etten, what
What?
is happening?
She's got that bat. The wyvern is supposed to bite her.
But what
Why?
do you think this was planned? I am not sure.
I didn't. It's not in my notes.
Yeah,
Drow bite, dragon, and undead horde rise from beneath the red ring is not on my itinerary today, my dude.
I think we are going to encourage our audience to make your way calmly to the exits until this difficulty is resolved.
And we are also going to leave here calmly. We're not going to run out of here as quickly as possible as one head gets quieter and quieter away from the...
So, pick a pace.
Oh, I forgot my pudding cup. Hold on. Go back. No, go. My blood sugar.
The crowd reacts as one would expect to realizing that the undead all in the down there are not on purpose. And so there is suddenly chaos and pandemonium and a screaming crowd. Okay, so Gnarly, you have attacked as an action. You have poisoned your teeth as a bonus action. Moving would involve moving would involve either getting off the wyvern or attempting to direct the wyvern. Do you want to do either of those things, or just stay where you are?
Literally write it
Attempt
out.
to direct the what? Yeah, let's just stay where I am because I'm already like at the limit of what I can process right now. So just gonna sit
As
perfectly
is
still.
everyone watching Nardily. Okay. So, Deimos picks himself up off the ground, looks around and draws his sword and prepares to face the rising horde. Ari, what are you doing?
So obviously, Mrs. Bright Doom has five kids to deal with in this crowd. So Ari's first thought would be trying to, if she needs assistance in getting the kids out of here, to assist in that capacity. But what's the situation look like, I guess?
So she sees this and she stands up and looks around and moves protectively over to the kids. And Cadric sees, I mean, they are not processing that this is not part of the show. And so are initially, until the announcement, and you hear the Etten make a break for it. And you see Mrs. Bright Doom, Cadric pulls out his wooden sword, and Levexi unslings her loot shield, and Mrs. Bright Doom sort of leans down and says very calmly, Cadric, I have a quest for you. We need to leave right now. You all need to get me out of here safely. And you see Cadric sort of, yeah, of course we do. You can't fight.
Okay.
And the Rubble Warren gang
Rude,
forms protectively up around Mrs. Bright Doom and begin moving down the aisle through the milling crowd.
Okay, so since that situation's taken care of, Ari goes down to the wall and kind of looks over it. What's the situation look like near Pog? Is there a fair amount of... I'm going to cast Shatter near Pog to give him some breathing room.
Awesome,
so,
do it.
So Ari gets within 60 feet of Pog. Does that involve him clambering over into the actual sands?
Yes, because I love that.
That's a bummer. Okay, so Ari kind of sees Pog and hops up over, and since they're still crawling up, I think there might be a pathway that Ari can be like,
yeah, it's like they're kind of like
worst day. I just wanted to go have fun at an event.
Upper torso.
wearing over his normal clothes an extra large Polos crusher with Pog's face on it as he's and he just focuses and causes this burst of telekinetic energy. So I need a Constitution saving throw. 10 feet next to Pog, not targeting Pog.
Okay, that's a very bad roll of 9.
Okay, so that's going to be 3d8 thunder damage.
Rad.
That is going to be a 15.
All right. So, Pog, as you're sort of figuring out things and looking at Solarka and seeing all the skeletons, and also there's that drow up on the wyvern. Suddenly, most of the skeletons around you just explode, like they're just blown into their various constituent parts and thrown across through the air. As you see Ari, ridiculously dressed, working his way across the writhing ground towards you.
Ari just kind of gives you a curt nod as you make eye contact with him.
Very serious face, but a thumbs up.
And you said 15, right, Eric?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Then it is Shade. No, it's not. Sorry. That's sorry, my handwriting is terrible. That's the skeletons. It's the skeletons' turn. That's what's happening. That's the other thing in the initiative order that starts with an S. So the skeletons haul themselves up out of the ground.
Crap, I didn't think about this.
And make attacks. So this attack targets everyone in the sand, in the arena, like down in the actual arena.
Am I safe with the radius around me that was just shattered?
Yes, for this attack, you will be safe.
That would also
because I
make
like
Tell my
Solarka
story.
safe
rewarding that action.
because she fell next to me.
I will
I'm
say
asking.
you have successfully lawyered me. Sure.
Narratively, I'm asking. I'm not petitioning.
No,
I'm
you're
just
you're right. That makes sense. Yes, that is the logical conclusion since you were adjacent to her. This attack is a 19 against. I think Ari, I guess, is the only PC down there other than Pog, which I assume hits you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Classic Ari
skeletons
goof around.
Skeletons mob around you, and you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as the skeletons slam and claw at you.
They don't smell great either. It's really musty down here.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
as Esri hurtles towards the familiar scent.
It smells like Esri down here. This is awful.
What our couch has smelled like recently.
Okay. Kolos. Kolos climbs up,
Hey, Kolos.
glares at Pog for a moment, glares at Esri. I'm sorry, Ari. Why? Glares at Ari,
Oh, crap.
and then looks around at the situation. Another time, and charges into the crowd, into the mob of skeletons with a loud bellow. Just head down, just charges in, and you see skeletons just go flying as he begins laying about with the axe and bashing things with the shield. Okay, Kolos does some damage.
I would imagine so.
All right, Kolos did 14 points of damage to the skeletal horde. Esri, you're up.
History watches the arrow fly over and looks back, and it's clear who shot it.
You can see the cluster who shot it, yeah, and you can see, in fact, the person who bumped into you, muttering about graveyard skeletons.
He sort of does
or
a
zombies.
Shade's been pointing her out.
Well, I don't like that much. I want to get a
She's
real
in this red lacquered mask.
Okay, I'm gonna get a real good look at that
Yeah.
mask.
Yes.
And then turn. And as he turns and he starts, sort of rolls his eyes at Ari and sort of starts walking around the stadium in the stands. His
I was I was told I had to get in the sands. Thank you.
Get in range.
His skin turns much more distinctly green with like like streaks running through it sort of organically. I am casting bark skin
Nice.
on myself
Cool.
as I make my way around towards closer to Pog and Ari area, but staying in the stands.
What does Barkskin do?
Bark skin gives me an armor class of 16.
So it's like a shielding effect. Okay, thank you.
Makes him skin tougher.
As long as I can maintain
Awesome.
concentration on it, which means if I get hit hard enough, potentially I can't.
Might go away.
Right.
And Shade.
Shade's mad. She is.
Ruined the show. There was an awesome show going on. They messed it up.
Hog was in enough danger. She's out in public, and now there's a scene. And so she is going to her bow and arrow, and I am assuming I'm within range. 150. And
Yep.
she is just going into hunter's mode. So she's looking for things that she can duck down behind, if that's columns or the benches, and she is taking aim at this necromancer in red, and she shoots an arrow at her
Okay. Go for
for
it.
23.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
23 hits.
Philip choked on his affirmation.
She doesn't know how to act in a performance, what she's supposed to do, but she knows what to do now. The damage is weak sauce at 4.
All right.
But I did attack
Are you
it.
using your favored
That's
foe
exactly what
ability?
I was about to say. So now that I have hit her,
Sorry.
no worries. Now that I've hit her, I use favored foe. Can I use my extra D4 on that initial hit? Cool.
Yep. It includes the attack that you have
I
just
use
made.
it so often. +3.
Nice.
Did you guys know she's a ranger?
Okay. Solarka, the Iron Bull, rolls
The
over.
liar.
The helmet is forgotten, and sort of picks herself up, sits up, and sort of gropes around on the ground till she finds her glaive, and pulls it over. Oh, this is very bad.
Very, very
And-
bad.
Oh, hello, Pog.
One
Are
word.
you all right?
Yes. Why?
Good.
Oh, we'll do that later. It is bad.
Yeah, probably later. Yes, probably later. And she gets up. We can make an appointment to talk about it. And sort of gets the glaive into a better position to fight with. And you can see that the glaive's blade is covered in runes all along it. And as she touches it, one of the runes begins to glow, and you see the blade heat up, and the air around the blade begins to sort of waver.
Oh, be careful. That looks hot.
It is supposed to be. Pog, your turn.
How much space is there between Ari and I now, as he's the only one who's been attacked?
Probably, you could get there with your movement.
I mean, Ari would be shouting at you like, "We got to get out of the sand. Get up into the stands."
So so we're gonna
They're
say there's
punching me.
30 feet between he and I, and it's filled with.
Probably
Corpses?
less. Probably less. I just meant you could get there. Yeah.
Okay. Then I am going to move to
Okay.
go in that direction towards him. And what's blocking our way to the stands? Is his path behind him clear, or
there's
has it
a-
been overtaken?
There's skeletons everywhere down here at this point.
Okay. And it was one move for him, so we're 30 feet from the stands.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Then as I get to Ari, we're going to use Agonazar's Scorcher for the first time.
Nice.
To burn us a clear path straight to the stands.
Awesome.
That's what's going to happen there.
What's it look like when Pog does it on purpose?
Well, it's still kind of not fully on purpose. And so as we get to Ari, and Ari's pointing the direction that we need to go, Pog's just going to point in that same direction with his movement forward. Go ahead.
One thing. Colin, I have an offer for you.
Uh-oh.
Jesus.
I will give you a point. I will give you a point of inspiration if you will let me say that in tumbling free of the crow's nest, Pog's helmet has fallen off.
I hate it, and yet also narratively, if Solarka's fell, I could see mine falling. Yeah, the helmet fell.
You're
off.
welcome to turn me down.
Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, the helm fell off.
All right, you have an inspiration.
Which he will realize shortly after casting Agonazar's Scorcher. And from between the shoulder blades, the flame orange lights up on both sides of his head, and the ground erupts in front of us, 5 feet wide, 30 feet long. Hell itself opens up and roasts the monstrosities ahead of us, clearing our path.
Awesome. They make a save for this, right?
Yeah.
What kind of save?
Dexterity.
Thank you.
With a DC 10.
DC
Ooh. Only 10? That seems low.
shouldn't be. It should be. We've worked this out that
Oh,
it should
that
be
one-
higher. It should be.
Should be at least 12.
This is the same thing. It should be 8 plus your proficiency would get to 10 plus your Constitution modifier.
Which would be 2. So 12?
Okay, so 12. Okay, so they have succeeded, but they're going to still take half damage.
Half damage, so they'll take 8.
All right. However, since they are a swarm, they will actually take more than that. Yeah, so the flames sort of erupt. Pog's mark flares brilliantly along the sides of his head and down his neck. And skeletons are just crushed out of the way by the wave of heat and flame and fall to either side.
What was the DC of the spell again? Sorry.
12.
This is something I've been kicking around in my head that might come up, and it came up a lot quicker. Ari's going to make a wisdom saving throw against the side of this spell based on the DC.
Okay, sure.
It's a 9. I mean, Ari's frightened at this point. Like,
Okay.
Ari's having a visceral response to the side of this. So, yeah,
Take inspiration if you don't have it currently.
I do. But thank
Okay. It's super inspired.
you. Thank you.
All right.
No mechanical effect for super inspiration.
No. but it's
Double
it's cool.
advantage.
Pog. Then the wyvern.
Especially-
The wyvern is badly hurt. The wyvern, though, mainly wants this being off its back. So it's going to try and throw you. So again, I need you, Nardali, to make an athletics or acrobatics check. I think athletics is manifestly better for you.
Yes.
But only against a 14.
Only against a 14. I think I'm not understanding what that.
Oh,
You have to beat it.
it rolled a 14, and you need to get a 14 or better, so that to avoid it throwing you off.
Okay, I got a 19
Nice.
without the
Yep. So
modifier.
it twists and jerks under you, but you are firmly in control of the situation.
In the fall, the Wyvern Rodeo circuit comes through Gnarly, and I think you might have a good career.
In Sharn, there's an annual
I'll
event called
think
the
about
Race of Five Winds. It's a flying
true.
race through the city streets.
Do they smile upon
We'll see you
using
then.
their vampiric teeth to hold on?
It's no holds
We'll
barred,
find
man.
out.
It's the Fast and the Furious of Sharn.
All about family.
Too fast.
It's all about family. Yeah. All right, back around the top of the round, the Knight of Skulls. He is going to. He sort of turns the glowing sword and jams it into the ground, and there's this wave of energy that feeds up into the skeletons. And you see as this sort of greenish glow begins to spread through the skeletons, and Esri, the sort of droning, chanting obedience rises in force as this happens. That's his action. Then Nardali.
So, having bit into the neck once, do I still have the poison on my
No, the
teeth?
poison has been expended.
All right. Were I to wrap the chain, if I wanted to grab the chain, because there's a whole chain here, and I wanted to wrap it around the neck of the wyvern, Princess Leia, Jabba the Hutt thing, that is my action.
Yep, that's definitely an action.
Okay. So what would that? Yeah.
You would make a strength check to attempt to strangle the wyvern.
Yes.
Rad.
All right. All right. So sorry. So let me just paint the word picture before
Please,
I roll
yes.
my dice here. So I reach down to the dangling chain. I lift it up with my left hand claw, and I wrap it around the neck of the wyvern twice. Grab it tight with both hands and pull as hard as I can toward me. I mean, there's nothing different. I just want to practice
Yeah.
painting a word picture.
So
All right.
good.
So I gain
So
advantage
good.
when I'm raging. Deeply concerned I'm a little too violent for this channel. I'm sorry.
No, but Laura's going to be so conflicted about how to feel.
Oh, good. Oh, I look forward to that conversation. Okay, so I gain advantage on strength checks when I'm raging. So that means I can roll the d20 twice.
Correct.
To do this. Okay. Ooh, first one was a 2. Second one was an 18.
There you go.
Nice.
And does that so?
Add your strength modifier.
Yeah. My strength modifier is +5, so that's 23.
Okay, so it's going to roll a Constitution saving throw. It got an 11, so you got a 23. So you beat its save by 12 points. So I'm going to do that damage
That's a
to
lot.
the wyvern. That is a lot. The wyvern sort of and jerks erratically in the air. It's looking poorly.
And then do I still technically have a movement?
You do still technically have a movement.
I'm wondering if I should potentially start guiding it down. Nope, no, you know what? No, the killing blow is right around the corner, so I'm smelling that and sticking with the plan.
Awesome.
I'm done. Thank you.
I love it. I love it.
Deimos has himself positioned dramatically on the wreckage of the crow's nest and is dueling off skeletons in the most dramatically flaring fashion possible. Ari.
Ari...
You're scared.
Yeah, Ari has a visceral response.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
You said you're frightened. Are you frightened of Pog?
That's the question of, is it the spell or the source of the spell that Ari would be fearful of? And I think it's Ari's not going to just sprint the opposite direction into the horde of skeletons. So I would say probably in this moment Pog being the source of it. So
you can't move closer to Pog then.
Yeah. So yeah, as Pog casts this spell, Ari's eyes go wide and his breath kind of catches. And I mean, Pog, you're standing right next to him, so you would see Ari being in a having a fight or flight response, and he just kind of glances over his shoulder at you and takes off sprinting towards the edge of the Coliseum to hop up over the wall. At that point, Ari also saw the source of this whole situation. And so he would pull out his gun and kind of with a shaky hand try to let off a shot at the person causing all of this. So with disadvantage, Eldritch Blast, which has a range of 120 feet, which I think is...
Okay, so you're shooting at the Necromancer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ari brings his gun up and kind of takes a moment to try and calm his breath and pulls the trigger. That's a 22 and a 21.
Both of those?
So,
21 hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have more than one blast yet? No.
No.
That was your disadvantage roll. Okay, yeah. Yes, that hits.
10 damage.
What a great disadvantage roll.
Yeah, that went.
Yeah, I rolled
well
natural
evergreen.
15 and natural 16. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So,
Okay, yeah. The bolt hits the Necromancer.
and then after firing it, Ari's hand just kind of falls down to the side of the wall of the Coliseum as he's still trying to right himself.
Okay.
So,
All right. The skeletons close in around all, so this attack is going to attack everybody in the arena. Ooh, that's a good roll. The skeletons attack for 25, so that's going to hit everybody.
Going to start clicking up on the damage here.
That is 10 points of bludgeoning damage to Ari and to...
Ari climbed over the wall.
Yeah, Ari's out.
Ari climbed over the wall.
Oh, Ari... Yeah, okay.
What, did I need to make a check to do that? If
I
so,
would have had you make it. I didn't realize you were. I thought you got to the edge of the wall and were shooting. I didn't realize you were trying to actually climb out. Because yes, I would have asked for an athletics check to actually climb the wall.
I'm more than happy to make that real quick. Just
yeah, it's high. They have monsters down in this thing.
Natural 20 and natural 1, so that's a 0 to climb out.
So you scrabble at the wall, but you're still there. So 10 points of bludgeoning to thee, sir.
Oof.
As the skeletons just close in on Ari, pressed up against the wall.
Where's Kolos? There we go. All right. Kolos, still laying about. That's a good attack. 10. Yeah, again, Kolos is just, there's skeletons all around. There's half on Kolos, and he's just waving around, smashing skeletons back and forth, sending them flying in all directions, bellowing, bleeding from a bunch of little cuts. Okay. Esri.
Situation is Ari's at the wall. Pog is where?
One move
Hog
away
is
from him.
more out towards the center near the wreckage of the
So he hasn't followed the path
of the mast.
that he cleared yet.
He hasn't had the opportunity to follow the path he made yet.
And he is still is he clear of skeletons at the moment, or is he's still
He
in
got
danger
attacked
from
just
them?
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And then Shade stayed back where we were.
Yeah, Shade's been shooting at the Necromancer. The Knight of the Knight of Skulls is still down there, doing something necromantic.
Okay.
And yeah,
And I'm sorry, how far do I need to go to get to where Ari is?
to where Ari is.
Yeah.
Ari would have come back towards where you started.
So I thought. Okay. So I'm gonna reach down, and try to. I'm real. It's not. Okay. Reach down and try to give Ari a hand and yank him up out of there.
Okay, so either you can try to just haul Ari up, or you can take the help action and give Ari advantage when he tries to climb out on his next turn.
Which would just negate the disadvantage that he currently has. So if you have better than a -1 modifier,
Yeah.
it's worth it to just
It's
haul
a
me
0,
out.
but it is better than -1.
It's
That is better than negative
Yeah,
one.
I'll try to haul him out. Assuming we're talking about athletics here,
Yeah,
or
athletics would be fine.
strength. I mean, same thing. Okay.
Should have asked if Ari could have parkoured out of there. He'd have a better shot.
I got a 10. I will
Okay,
absolutely
okay.
push this if that's not going to do it. Like, I'm hauling.
So I will say you get Ari sort of like partway up the wall with a 10, and you can sort of get Ari's hands onto wall. You aren't able to haul him fully out, but you've sort of got him up to that point where you've got his hands above the wall, and you sort of leaned back, pulling on him. So he
All
is
right,
off the ground.
I've pushed it to a 14.
Okay, sure, yeah, you can haul him the rest of the way over, and
do that,
drop
so-
him onto the floor near the wall.
What are we doing here? Hey, man, you blow things up with your mind. Stay back.
As soon as Ari's over the wall, he shoves off of Esri because he wasn't expecting to be grabbed, and just kind of like get separation. Just
And then I will use the rest of my movement to... If there's a way, if I can get closer to Pog while not jumping in, I will do that. If I cannot...
Not really.
Okay. If I cannot, then I will jump in. Use my movement to go towards Pog. And then I will cast Marvin Gaye on my way.
Oh man.
We are reaching now.
Evil Knievel couldn't have made that jump.
Boy, I thought we were reaching before.
How close can I get to Pog?
To Pog, you can get within, 10 or 15 feet,
Okay,
probably.
great.
Yeah.
Presumably, I am running past skeletons, so there is potentially an attack of opportunity available to you. I don't know if they do.
Not in the case of swarms.
All right.
You're just moving through them. It's effectively difficult terrain. Shade.
Can I just say that Kel moved with me last time?
Yes, absolutely you can.
Shade is still stalking her prey, and so she would be moving closer towards the necromancer as stealthily as she could. scuttle, 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 pop up and shoot an arrow. For 14.
14 does hit.
Awesome. And damage is 8.
Total of 8. All right.
And then Cal would have gone with me, and at this point, Cal can clearly see who Shade is targeting. How far away are we from the necromancer? Ish.
Cal can get there. The necromancer's not alone, but Cal can get there.
Okay.
Especially if he were to teleport.
Yeah, I was about to say he has teleportation. Excuse me, phase step. All right, yeah.
Which might mean he like goes and takes a 2-hour nap.
Sorry.
Come back when he feels like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Try to knock the necromancer off the table.
But that's instantaneous in our plane.
Yeah. So Cal runs and leaps and disappears and then reappears in full leap.
So, okay. If I do a claw attack and it hits, I can do pounce on this.
Oh yeah, you absolutely can.
I rolled a unicorn.
Is that natural 20?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I have some dice where the special symbol is on the 1.
Oh, I
so
know.
I'm never
I
sure.
panic a little bit every time I see it, and I quickly look for the 1.
Cool.
So,
Double the dice.
Six slashing damage. But because successfully clawed, then Cal is going to pounce, so the target must succeed on a DC 12 strength saving throw.
DC 12?
Yes.
She rolled a natural 12. -1.
Excellent.
Got that Ari string.
She is knocked prone.
Nice.
Outstanding. Okay.
And has to make a concentration check.
No.
Good try.
Yeah. Shooters shoot, man.
Not a
Shooters shoot.
it's a fair question, but it's not a spell she cast. It is the magic in whatever that arrow was.
Well, there goes Shane's theory.
It disintegrated. There is also someone down there very obviously empowering the undead. Solarka, seeing Pog, sort of stares for a moment, and then charges in, right down the path that Pog is making, and into the undead,
Oh, wrong way.
where that will definitely hit.
What?
For 8 slashing damage, as she slashes through, and as she does, the glaive blade flames, and extra 5 more fire damage.
Nice.
That is 13. Right. Lots of bones scattered around at this point. And she gets up near Pog. What did you just do? As she knocks the head off of another skeleton.
Tried to fix things. Tried to start fixing things.
But it worked. It's a start.
Start, yeah.
And it's your turn.
Okay, so the plan for the path was to get Ari back out. How far am I from the Knight of Skulls?
You can reach him.
Okay. We're going to do that, and we're going to attack him.
Yeah. Awesome. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, yeah, he's going to get swung on. We'll see if it works.
Is Pog still calm?
No. I'm reading to see what that changes for me on my move. No. Pog fully rages and makes the attack.
Awesome. Esri, you see the familiar ghostly figure sort of step out and rush along with Pog as he charges the knight.
And with the familiar phrase, he's just going to yell, "Stop," as he enters the rage in mid-sprint and swings furiously down on the Knight of Skulls with Fury's Edge.
Awesome.
So that is not good. Oh, man. We're in a rage, so we're going to push it. I shouldn't, because I'm hurt, but I'm doing it.
You do have the option as a barbarian to be reckless instead of pushing, which will give you advantage on your attacks.
Is that available to you yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But give them advantage against you.
It would be on, like, I can go into it as I first enter the rage. I can reckless attack.
I'll let you. It's something we haven't used a lot, so.
Okay, then that's what I will do. Get those 2 points back. And it was a 19 to hit.
A 19 does just hit.
Oh, Lord. Oh, that's a terrifying phrase to use right now.
I know.
Come on, man. Let's go. It is 15 damage.
Nice. Yeah, the axe just slams into the armor, and he staggers back, pulling the sword out of the ground as he does. The wyvern is going to try to escape, but that's a really very bad roll. Nardily, give me an athletics check and roll better than a 10. If you can. You have advantage, remember?
8 and... Yes. Yeah. All right. First one was an 8. Second was a 19. I'm going to sleep with this dice under my pillow. Under my pillow.
It's too late.
Yeah. 19 to 5 is 24.
Yeah, it's thrashing around, losing altitude a little bit as it does, but it is not getting rid of you. The Knight of Skulls now focused on Pog, glares, and you see him look at you, and you walk with the dead too, and charges at you with his greatsword. He will use a bonus action to cast Wrathful Smite on his greatsword first. And first attack is not good, only a 11. And his second attack is not actually much better. 15?
No, sir.
Okay. Yeah. He takes 2 big swings with his big glowing sword, and both you, I don't know, parry out of the way, dodge.
Yeah.
What's Pog's
mode
here?
We're just going to be like forearm swinging to counter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're wearing more armor than ever before, so put it to use.
Awesome. Okay. Nardily.
All right.
Let's do this.
So we're losing altitude. Do you know approximately how far off the ground we are?
Let's say you're still about 20 feet off the ground.
Okay, that's a height. But oh well. Can I Okay, yeah, I think it'd be fine. I'd like to take both ends of the chain into my left hand, and I'm holding the wyvern's neck, its jaw up so that its neck is exposed.
Yes.
And then with my right claw, I'd like to reach across and slash it across its exposed neck.
Yes, you would.
Give me the attack with advantage.
Yes, you would.
That is a natural 20.
Let's go!
Yay!
Let's go.
Is that my first?
This
I
poor
think it's
thing
my
woke
first.
up in a zoo.
I'm so glad that happened
Awesome.
here.
Yes.
So great. Outstanding. Okay, so roll your damage dice. And then
With my claw, that's 1d6 plus 3. That's 8.
8. Okay, so double that to
Yes.
16 and then add your modifier.
Yes.
And which modifier is
It'd
it?
be your
The
strength modifier.
Okay, so 16 plus 5 is, 21.
Plus 2 for your rage damage is 23.
Let's
Describe
go.
how you kill the wyvern.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
but it's gonna be gross. All right, man.
I hope so.
I'm holding the jaw up. And it's just perpendicular to the ground, so it's straight up and down. I slash through, all the way through across its neck. The head just falls limply to the side. And I've got a big bloody claw in my right hand, and basically the wyvern head hanging off of the chain
Yes.
as we start tumbling to the ground.
Awesome. Make a roll.
Well
of,
done.
That was amazing. Make a roll of acrobatics to see how you land.
Yes. All right, so that's acrobatics is just
Dexterity.
It's my D20 plus
Plus your if you're proficient in your acrobatics.
my dex bonus.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a 6 plus 2. That's 8.
8. Okay, so you're gonna land hard,
Yeah.
and you're gonna take 8 points of fall damage
Okay.
as you land, and the wyvern comes crashing down with you. And I'm going to say that the wyvern crashing will deal damage to the skeleton swarm.
Yes.
because Why wouldn't it?
Yes.
That's a good roll. The wyvern crashes and does 14 more points of damage to the skeletal horde.
Mia, you're
Excellent.
wrecking shop.
Yes.
And so, yeah, there's suddenly into the midst of this wyvern corpse smashes down, and then rising out of the wreckage is gnarly, blood running down her face,
Yes.
blood all
Yes.
over her claws.
And go. Very red-eyed, all of it.
That's amazing.
I'm so
The
hype
wyvern
on this.
inexplicably explodes as she walks away.
And Gnarly does not look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Slow
I'm
motion
walking
walk
forward,
away.
slow motion.
That's
Yes.
so bad.
Deimos is still fighting. Ari, you're up.
Okay. Ari is going to. So, Ari saw Cal leap onto the necromancer woman. So that situation is there a large group? Like you mentioned, there was a group around.
There's
the
4 or
necromancer.
5.
Okay. That group or the knight. I mean, Ari put his focus on the necromancer, so he's going to keep making his way up through the stands. Also, not like trying to also get away from the scene back behind him. And he is going to get within. Why not? Can I get within 60 feet of that little group up there?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my other second level spell slot to do. Can I configure Shatter in such ways to not hit Cal?
Sure.
Okay. So I would like to do that. Constitution saving throws from the lot of them.
All right. Since Cal has pounced on the necromancer, you will also not be able to hit the necromancer if you're not hitting
That's
Cal.
fine.
Well, that's a very bad roll.
That's what we like to hear. From you.
One succeeded and the other 3 failed.
Okay, so they will take half damage. And insofar as the shatter spell can, Ari's intention is to incapacitate, to cause such a splitting headache that they fall over on their butts, but not make their heads explode, insofar as he can.
Want to shatter their minds, not their brains.
Yes. 15 damage. Again.
All 3 of the ones that failed are thrown backwards and crash into the stand's limp. The other sort of grabs his head in terrible pain.
And Ari's kind of using the benches and stands as he's like walking up to kind of assist him in walking. So yeah, where's Shade? In like, are we close? Not emotionally, I think we are, but physically.
They've had lots of feelings talks. They're very close.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that question.
Are
I guess the necromancer needs an initiative roll. All right. Okay, the skeletons. So everyone on the sands, including Pog and Esri, is attacked with an 18.
Yep.
Take 13 bludgeoning damage, which Pog you're resistant to now. So you would take 6.
Oof.
Okay, I have to make a concentration check.
Oof.
Does this include? I'm sorry. Does this include me?
This does not include Gnarly, yes. So you would also
Okay.
take that, but you're also resistant because you're raging.
This is a
Welcome to the fracas.
Constitution saving throw for
Yeah.
a concentration check.
Actually, one moment, Esri.
Oh, okay.
What is your spell DC, Esri?
13.
13. Charisma. Oh, that's a very bad roll. Several skeletons rush towards you, and then they get close to you and just stop.
Okay. So I don't take the damage?
You don't take any damage.
How much was that? I took 13?
It was 13.
I'll have what he's having.
Right?
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay.
Boo.
And it is Kolos's turn.
I'm sorry. I have to take my damage still.
Yes, you do.
Right? Yeah. All right.
You're not cool like me.
So that is that's a 9 plus my what's the check?
Oh no,
you don't need to make
We
a
just
check.
take damage. You take
Oh,
6 points.
yeah. Sorry.
Because you and I are both resistant in rage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 9 becomes 6.
No,
that what you
13
just said?
becomes.
You had taken, you would have taken 13, but since you're raging, you only took 6.
Thank you.
Nothing
Sorry.
we can do
Okay.
to get out of this damage. We have to eat it.
Got it. All right. Thank you. So sorry.
No, not a problem at all.
Okay,
Kolos.
6. Got it.
Continuing to lay about and laying about very impressively with his axe and shield. 6 plus 4. All right, then it is Esri.
Sorry, I am likely to have an audio problem very soon.
Oh no.
Earbuds are dying. Esri. So I'm close up on the jerk knight, right?
Yeah, you're probably about 20 feet away, maybe.
Okay. He's gonna raise his stick, and a swarm exits the stick as he uses infestation, and I need him to make a Constitution 13 saving throw.
8.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay, first of all, takes a d6 of poison damage. That's one. I did 1 damage. That's okay.
Oh,
Still has to make a concentration check if he's concentrating. Don't know if he is.
Okay. He is not anymore because Pog attacked him.
Oh, okay. He is mobile, yes.
Yeah.
Then he has to move 5 feet in a random direction.
Yeah.
That direction
Okay.
is, I've rolled a 4, so that is west.
All right.
He has to move 5
He
feet west.
begins jerking around awkwardly as whatever it is swarms into his armor, and he jerks away from Pog. He moves out of Pog's reach, so Pog can make an attack of opportunity.
I will. Absolutely.
Let me make sure that's true. That sometimes it's not true. I'm sorry, that it does not provoke opportunity attacks.
Oh, specifically does not
because
okay.
he is forced. However,
I see.
As that swarm attacks him and begin to enter his orifices, Ezri
Gross.
kind of grits his teeth and glares, and his mark on his hands glow brightly. And I need him to now make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That is, oh my gosh, 8.
Nice. Oh, that's wonderful. He is now.
Oh, nope. Wait.
Oh.
11.
Nope. Still too low. He is now infected with.
Oh, Lord.
oh, your poor
With
cat.
cats.
Fights.
Infected with cats.
The
Cats in his armor.
The menagerie is rebelling. They think it's bedtime. He is infected with madness, and he is confused for 2 rounds.
Cool.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Great. Well, that was your action. Do you have anything else you want to do?
Wow.
I only have the one useful bonus action, and it's doing.
It's doing very good. All right. So then, yeah. All right. The necromancer gets up, stares at Shade and Ari, who are kind of down in the stands, and walks toward them through the stands. I guess Cal can have an attack of opportunity
Cal,
because,
can Cal steal the mask? He just wants to.
Yeah,
the
Cal
mask.
can try to knock the mask off.
Okay.
Sure.
Love it.
Cal's gonna push that roll. And rolled 1 less. Okay. That. What would I add for stealing a mask from a panther? Just.
I'm assuming he's just trying to knock it off.
Okay.
Cal's not got thumbs, so he can't
Right.
grab it off her face. So just strength. He's just.
Surprise,
just
Cal
make a
has
claw
thumbs.
attack. Yeah, just make it an attack with his
what I
claw.
figured, but I'm assuming 12 doesn't hit.
No. Yeah. Okay. She raises this. She's got this staff that you saw before with a sort of a spade's head on it, and points it out and says, "You could have left. Now you will meet your demise." And just sort of boiling up out of the ground around you is this yellowish green fog that spreads all around both of you.
No, thank you.
Do not want.
Yeah. Pass.
And yeah,
Unsubscribe.
that's all that happens there.
Cancel
So,
my subscription to your VS, please.
Shade, you're up. And Shade, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. Sorry, D&D Beyond just logged me out. So
Nice.
that feels about
Rude.
right. Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
D&D Beyond said,
Seven.
there's no way you're still playing.
Yeah. Like those messages that we used to pop up with after every like 2.5 hours. Shouldn't you go outside now?
Oh.
So this is a foe beyond our pay grade.
I did.
All right.
Are you still up?
I have a whopping 3 hit points left.
Oh,
How
my
big of a weenie is Ari? I didn't think I built such a.
And it is in
That would have
fact,
one-shotted me.
and it is in fact your turn.
Oh,
I,
Shade's turn.
Shade's turn.
yes.
Okay.
Rick's gonna cuddle his comfort puppy a little bit longer.
29
He's really
points.
into it.
I know that's
We
so
gotta
many.
go.
That's insane.
We need out of here.
Casey, the player, is less
Now
happy with the
teleport us.
decision to target her.
Oh.
She's standing there, right? I'm
Yeah.
gonna cast Shatter
She's,
on her.
I mean, she's probably 20 feet away from you. Shatter? Yeah. Oh, sure. Do it.
So, Constitution
goodness.
saving throw. It says 10, but
Mia,
that can't
I'm
be right.
glad you got to be here while we died.
That can't be right. It
13
should be the
is-
same as the rest of your spells.
No, no.
13. No, she does not pass.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. 3d8, a 1 and a 2.
Oh.
Thankfully, the other is a 7, so 10.
Okay. Yeah, she reels as the thunder smashes into her.
And I don't like her seeing exactly where I am. I mean, obviously, I can't do anything about that, but I would like to move somewhere between
Okay.
her and the arena.
Okay.
Head that direction.
So you can move, yeah, if you move your distance. All right. And then it is Solarka.
Cal?
Oh, yeah, Cal.
I don't want him attacking her anymore. That puts him in a lot of danger. So I would like him to head towards the arena with me. He cannot make
Okay.
it. He cannot make it into the arena yet, right?
Sure he can.
Okay, cool. Then I would like him to jump into the arena and start attacking skeletons.
Awesome. Let me have some attacks.
Excellent.
Or an attack.
Some attack.
That
I
would be
like
cool.
the first option.
Not
Many.
yet.
Multitudes.
I'm
All
failing
almost there.
so hard.
Oh,
I'm gonna push that. 1.
Oof.
Okay, 14
That will hit.
for his claw attack, which gives 6 slashing damage to the swarm.
Okay. Takes it. All right. Then Solarka, who is following Pog and sort of carving her way through the swarm with her flaming glaive. She hits. Oh, that's a good roll. She rolled a d10 and two d6, and she rolled a 9, a 6, and a 6.
Yes.
So that's
It's our girl.
21 damage.
Awesome.
The swarm of skeletons is thinning. Like, it is noticeably thinning. As she fights her way over towards Pog. Pog, you're up.
Yep. And unfortunately, I think we are stuck on the Knight of Skulls, who has just attacked past us. And so we are going to attack him again.
Are you staying reckless?
Yes. Yes. Nothing
All right,
has,
then you have advantage.
nothing has sobered Pog up yet. 17 to hit.
Awesome. Hits. Oh, I'm sorry, 17?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, 17 actually does not hit. I was looking at the wrong card.
Fooled you.
This
Sorry.
is bad. Okay.
Push it.
Gotta watch that again.
Such a good show.
No, I can't push it.
I know.
Nope.
I know.
Okay. All right. And around to the top, the Knight of Skulls. First attack. Ooh, that's a better roll. Against Pog is 25.
Yes.
I know.
What do you think? What do you think? You could just say Pog's down. Just say it.
I need. Well, I don't know if Pog's down. Let's find out.
He's down.
You take 13 slashing damage. Halved, actually. So you only take 6.
That's. Yep. I'm here.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
only just.
I need a
barely.
wisdom. I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Oh man, I used up all my good opportunities with those. They're done.
Oh, and he has advantage against you. I just remembered that. That's okay. I mean, he hit you, so it's okay. But
Oh. Hate to see it.
It's a 4.
as he strikes into you, you are suddenly very aware of the dead all around you, and you see his armor seems to sort of morph in your view into this twisted, terrible shape, and in the reflection of it, you see flames, and you see the day your mark acted for the first time, and you are frightened. And then he attacks you again, and he rolls a natural 20.
I'd like to use a reaction to say no.
I'd like
For
to
a
use
minute, I was I
a
took you
bonus
seriously.
action to agree.
No,
Pog,
thank
you take 13 slashing damage. I realize that's not relevant.
Doesn't matter. Pog's down.
So you're down. Yeah. So you see this, and then the knight just draws the sword up your chest and drops you to the ground.
But the last thing he sees is he falls. He'll come back, but he's
And-
falling.
Looking around at the thinning of his horde, the knight turns and will begin moving towards Okay. So
I'm sorry.
the knight is trotting away. And I'm going to just take narrative control here, if everyone's chill with that, as I think you all are, because you actually do have the skeleton horde down to its last few hit points. So, in the chaos, the knight flees. Oh, I do need one thing to happen. I need Ari to make a Constitution saving throw.
While he's making that throw, as the knight turns his back and begins walking away, that is when relentless endurance will kick in. Pog's not going to be able to get up or anything, but dropping out of rage, Pog will sputter back to life and up to 1 HP.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's a 13 for Ari's Constitution.
That is a 13. Very good.
That sounded like a lot of dice.
17.
I know.
I think this is immaterial whether or not I pass it. I think half damage is going to be enough.
It's 25 poison damage.
Million. God.
Are you unconscious?
Yes.
Cool. So Ari passes out
From
the
the
neck-
yellow noxious
Yes,
gas.
from the yellow noxious gas. Yeah, the and her remaining cadre flee in the chaos, as does the Knight of Skulls through the chaos, as Kolos and the remaining gladiators manage to clear the skeletons. As the dust settles, Ari is, not killed, obviously. Cure wounds once things. So, as the chaos settles, one question remains: who won? And the answer, as it turns out, as anyone who's been paying very close attention to a couple of ways in which I've described, Casey's nodding. Does Casey know who won?
Oh, we can't.
Casey can't
you have
talk.
to unmute yourself.
Yep. Deimos has been fighting a horde of skeletons while standing on the wreckage of the crow's nest the entire time.
Boo.
Yep.
I told you I had my money on him.
You're not wrong. You did tell me that. And we'll pick up in the aftermath of this
The wreckage.
next time. In the wreckage of this next time. We're really sorry about the technical things. We'll try to get them figured out. Obviously, we managed to last until we were wrapping up, and this episode, because they were both big combat episodes, went long. Sorry.
Not sorry.
Thank you so much for Mia.
Yeah,
This was
You
so
guys.
fun
It has been tremendous.
to have you with us. And we'll come up with an excuse for Gnarly to come on another adventure sometime.
Agreed.
Thank you so much.
Very wonderful.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you again. This has been Khyber Shards. If you want to get in touch with us, you can see our social down in the description, including our Discord, where you can post questions for Khyber Shards Answers, which drop on Friday. You can also see Mia and Colin streaming on Twitch. Mia, tell us where the people can see you.
You can find me at twitch.tv/morethanamia, and I stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday evenings.
And Colin?
I stream every Tuesday afternoon and other various random days when restaurant life will allow me to live the way I want to. You can find me at twitch.tv/sorryvtr, where the O is a 0.
Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. This has been Khyber Shards. Thanks for rolling with us.